But I did want to get into this. And the Goff haters have self-glossed themselves now Goff truthers, which is one exit away on the highway of becoming Goff fans. They're there. They got the blinker on. The GPS is saying 0.2 miles to exit, 16 on the highway. So they're there. They're in, and they're on their way to getting off to Goff-fanville. They're jumping in there. But even nationally, Pat McAfee, just kind of wax poetic about Jared Goff, what he's doing. Now, we can't play the audio, and I'd forgotten this, that since he became an ESPN entity, that his stuff then becomes copyrighted, and we can't play it here on the show. Because if we run it back on YouTube, obviously it gets flagged and the content gets pulled down. So we're not in that business. But I can sum it up for you. And essentially he said this. Essentially he said, Jared Goff is in his bag right now. That was a direct quote. He is, quote, in his bag. Mentioned the fact that he is playing incredible. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the National Football League. And intimated, these are not his exact words, that said he's on his way to being the greatest quarterback the Lions franchise has ever had.
Facts.
And I let that simmer for a second. And no, we're not going there, so don't start. When you put a comment in there about Stafford, it's not getting read. I'm ignoring that, and I'm keeping it pushing because it's not about Stafford. It's about Goff. And I need all of you, especially the Goff haters, a.k.a. self-proclaimed Goff truthers, one step away from being Goff fans. I need you guys to step outside of your emotion of being wrong for a minute and allow yourself to be on the right side.
And this isn't, did he say, the question wasn't who's more talented?
No.
Right? The question is,
who will be the best Lions quarterback to ever play?
And what does that come down to? Yes, a lot of it has to do with stats, but most of it has to do with wins. Right? And especially in the playoffs.
I think it's, and D-Mac, you'll love this one because you live this. I think it's, and McAfee went on to kind of, intimate this as well. I think it's within the walls of the structure, how things are set up. He's the perfect guy for this team right now, today, based on where they want to go, what his strengths are, and all of it. He referenced the fact that, he showed receipts to Matt Fitzpatrick. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the one thing. What has this regime done for Jared Goff that the past regimes did not do for Matt Stafford? Right? It's insulating all parts of the team. Right? Not just giving them the Calvin and having a great offense and stuff, but having a defense too. They're insulating, yes, with the guys around them to bring the best out of him. But you know what, D-Mac? I hate that term, and a lot of people use it. They're not insulating him. They went and got a good effing GM. Like, that's it. That's all. So, but insulating means that you finally have somebody. You have to have somebody that can build around
100%.
What you have. And it's not only focused on Jared Goff, it's focused on every other part of the team and what they've had. So this is the best chance for success, but it's also, too, Neil, we've said it all along. This is a team. All through defense, offense, special teams, they're on one page. They play for each other. That's the biggest difference, I think. Now, Matt Stafford had it in spats, right? You can say, 2014 or whatever, the year that they lost to the Cowboys. Yeah, he had it sort of one time, but it wasn't built.
And they had a historic. People gloss over the fact they had one of the greatest rush defenses in the history of football. A top 10 rushing defense ever. Ever. Yes, ever. So, it's, and we're not going to get in to all of that stuff. But Gary in Grand Haven says, most efficient Lions quarterback I've seen in 40 years is Jared Goff.
And that's what you need, efficiency.
Absolutely.
And you know what? To the point that I disagree. I think that as great as Mahomes and Burrow is, Kansas City does a hell of a better job of putting guys around Patrick Mahomes that he can make players but benefit him. What's Cincinnati do? They can't protect him. Plus he's been hurt, so they need to do a better job, hence why they haven't been as successful.
Right. Mike Bell. Goff wins the division in a playoff game, he immediately passes every quarterback in Detroit Lions history. And I changed the end of that because he mentioned another name that we're not talking about. But it's essentially saying the same thing, right? Like, I can make him make that change, and it still means the same thing, right? JG wins a division in a playoff game. He immediately passes every other Lions quarterback ever. And maybe except Milt Plum.
And if we're talking about greatest quarterback all that, then it's not just about what he does this season. It's in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, right? Getting us to the promised land. Get you to the promised land, it's a no-brainer.
Right. And again, and look, I know people are saying Joe Westfall, Bobby Lane is that name, Neil. Well, you know, this is a Milt Plum zone here. Milt Plum friendly zone here. You've seen the pictures. You've seen him with the single bar face mask. That's all you need to see. Ransom, my only knock on Goff is throwing with downfield accuracy. What if I told you he had the second most completions of 20 yards and over last year? What if I told you that?
Then you'd be telling the truth.
Oh.
That'd be
like
factual.
Guys, you know what? Let's just cut the shit. Come to me. I'm an ally. I'm an ally. Use this opportunity. We got about 3 minutes left in the segment. Step forward and absolve your sin. I'm giving you amnesty right now. I'll give you Goff asylum. You can turn yourself over to the state. You can walk with the rest of us. And your past transgressions will not be held against you anymore. All you have to do is just say, you know what? I was wrong. And you're in. That's it. This is not something I can do for you. Just say, in reference to Jared Goff, I was wrong. And you're forgiven. That's it. This is a chance for you guys, man. Step forward and say it. Wash away your sin, D-Mac. I'm allowing you to do a Jared Goff repent for the people. You got about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes left, you can do it. I think that's nice of me, don't you, D-Mac?
Tony Snow said he made his Goff apology last season, so his eyeball test was last season. Cole K says he's talking to you, Cats. And we don't care what Cat says.
Oh, no.
Goff is Lord by Sue Yu. Everybody, I think we come to the realization that this is the guy. How can you not say he's not? Like, I see some people saying elite quarterback, but Jared Goff is in the top 8 quarterbacks in this league, right? Top 25% of this quarterback.
Yes.
And for this team, he's probably top 5. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, be grateful because he's exactly what you need for your team. So whether people are truthers or they come around or it doesn't matter, get used to. How about this, Neil? Do you think that, because a lot of the conversation in the chat thread, where Goff's contract starts at is Daniel Jones the bottom of what Daniel Jones' contract is? That's sort of the minimum? Is that where it starts? Or
I don't know. We'll worry about that in a year and a half.
And that's the thing, right? You don't got to worry about that for next year.
Nope.
You still got a year and a half. I think some people always forget about that, which makes him that much more valuable.
Right. Absolutely. And again, guys, the thing that we talk about with it, because people are bringing up the name again. I think with that name, I think we win a playoff game. Okay, you know what else you have going on with that? Is $50 million cap hits down the road. You see what I'm saying here, guys? It's not just player for player. There's a cap in this league, guys. It's not player to player. It's contract to contract. That's part of it. Like, Neil, why do you like Goff so much? Well, he's really, really good, and he's really, really affordable. And it's the best of both worlds.
And he's won, what, 11 games in his last 4.
Like, what else do you people want from the man? You see what I'm saying? So you can step forward on it, guys. You can. And I just wanted to put it out there.